Greetings, travelers. Welcome back to another episode of the Lunch Club podcast. It's your boys with the most. We're all stuck inside, and so are you probably.
Still.
I'm here with the toastiest set of boys that we have ever seen on the podcast leading up till today. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Schlatt.
They call me Noah.
They call me C-Scoop.
We've got I'm Ted as well, and we've got a wonderful, wonderful freaking show for you guys today. Who knows what we're going to talk about? We never plan these podcasts before we start. But how are you guys doing? How's quarantine going for you guys?
Mind numbing.
Yeah,
I've been grilling a lot.
You've been grilling a lot.
Yeah.
What shit were you grilling? You grilling some meats?
Been grilling a few, couple sirloins, a lot of salmon.
Oh,
made some chili. It's been a good time.
I'm a bit of a grill master
Snapchats
myself.
of the salmon. It actually looks pretty bomb.
Schlatt, you been doing any grilling? You seem like a kind of a grilling man right there.
No, I haven't been grilling anything, Ted. I've kind of just been marinating. I'm the only thing that's been cooking down here.
Yeah, you're looking marinated.
I'm not really doing much of anything, Ted.
I'd like to start off this podcast just for our audio listeners here. Schlatt is currently wearing a vintage Desert Storm, Operation Desert Storm crew neck right now. And it just leads me to the question of where the fuck do you even get these from?
eBay.com. I have two different eBay accounts, Ted. I'll give you the rundown if you'd like to understand how it works.
Well, I guess my first question is, why do you have two different eBay accounts? Like what?
Well, all right. Well, you've asked for the rundown, so it begins.
Okay. So give me the formal rundown. Yeah,
sure. So I'm a bit of an eBay kind of guy. I like scouring the site to see what wacky things are on sale. And I have an affinity. I can't tell a lie, Ted. I have an affinity for vintage, cool sweatshirts.
Would one call you? You're an eBay fanatic, yes?
Yeah, I think that's
one could call you. You know, it wouldn't
the eBay man, perhaps
an e-boy, perhaps.
No, I haven't heard that one actually.
Yeah, an e-boy.
So
have you
I
heard
have
what
one
that
account. So I have one account that has absolutely no purchases on it. And the sole purpose is to find sweatshirts like this, like Operation Desert Storm, and to lowball the fuck out of whoever is selling it and just be an absolute prick. And yeah, it probably doesn't reflect too well on me that I message the owner of said sweatshirt and say, I'll give you $5 for that piece of shit. And then they say no. And then I come in with my actual account and say, hey, I'll give you a more respectable, $11 or $12 for it. And
yeah,
like, I mean, it's better than that prick,
You come in and say, something tells me that someone's been lowballing you a little bit too hard, and I'm your savior.
Let me cut you a deal you won't say no to,
Yeah.
And I win every single time.
Schlatt, when you initially said that you had two accounts, I almost said one for scamming and one for buying, and I was fucking dead right.
It's true. It's an art. And once you get good at it, you wind up with basically everything you want.
God bless America.
I think one thing that strikes me the most, though, is that when it comes to like eBay, if you're buying something off of eBay, you really want the thing that you're buying off of eBay. Like you're going very much so out of your way, which leads me to the thought, why are you going so far out of your way to get vintage, like military paraphernalia?
Why does my dad buy like 25 feet of bubble wrap every week? I feel like
Why does your dad buy 25 feet of bubble wrap?
That's a good question, though. Like at the end of the day, Ted, we all enjoy things that we all enjoy, and part of my interest set is vintage sweatshirts.
I feel like you brought that up as merely a distraction from the main issue.
Who are you to say, Ted, that I can't be interested in vintage sweatshirts?
I'm not saying you can't be. I'm just looking for a purpose,
for you to say that reason. The purpose, so I can wear them on the podcast. I mean, I look quite good right now, Ted. I think
you went on eBay and you said, "Man, I need a good podcast wear," and you saw a Operation Desert Storm, and okay. Schlatt just saluted. And that's what you were like, this is what I need to wear on the podcast. By the way, a mainly hearing form of consumption is what most people. That's how most people consume this media.
Listen, Ted, there's something I've learned. If you really want to exude confidence and be able to speak and present yourself in the way you want to, you need to be confident in the way you appear first. So even if no one saw that I was wearing my Operation Desert Firestorm crew neck sweatshirt, I'd still feel good in it, and so I'd still be able to perform in this podcast the way I'd like to.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to take that as my final answer here. Deal or no deal though, Schlatt.
Oh, deal.
Okay. Just making sure.
100% deal.
Noah, you seem like you're in the crack den as per usual.
This is my girlfriend's bedroom. Yes.
I mean, what's the difference, guys? Come on, give me an applause. No? Okay. Goddamn.
Nice.
Oh,
Tim.
wow. Jeez.
Nice one.
Yeah, moving on. Fine. I've got some topics that I wrote down just because I didn't want to be completely lost, and I think Cooper might actually like this one. But I've been thinking about this lately, and I've never really had the chance to bring it up to you, Cooper, but I really wanted to. I mean, we kind of went over this with Heelys. But like, what's the process of inventing a new skate trick? I'm really interested in, making something fresh for the community. And I wanted to work with you.
You have to be like an isolated savant to invent a trick that actually matters. Like fucking this dude named Rodney Mullen. He was stuck in his garage. Because his dad hated skateboarding, so he couldn't go anywhere. But he'd sit in his garage and just try shit. And so he invented pretty much all of street skateboarding. But
like,
now,
what are we talking here?
We're talking ollies, kick flips, tray flips, heel flips.
He invented the jump?
Yeah, he invented how to get the board off the ground without holding it.
Whoa.
So, and yeah, he was really smart, or is really smart. He's alive. He was super into physics, and he was going to school for rocket science or some shit. But instead he became a professional skateboarder. And
holy shit.
Yeah. So you could be someone like that, or
was
you
this
could
in like the 80s?
Yeah, like late 70s, early 80s.
Gotcha.
Like he was in knee socks and like bright colored shorts and Converse shoes with like giant plastic things on the bottom of his board doing spins, and he's like, let me see if I can just jump. And then everything followed that.
So what's stopping you from locking yourself in the garage?
Yeah.
And inventing your own set of tricks?
Is full of Noah's $4,000 time bomb. But
what?
I haven't even begun to master a fourth of the things this man has invented, so I can't. But
jeez. Well, I mean, you can't. I don't know. I feel like
put his whole life towards it, and I haven't quite done
you could
that.
take any
he was
combination.
Locked in the garage for years,
Yeah.
I don't mean to pull a non sequitur right here, but when you said was about him before, I swear to you, I was filling in the blank immediately. I thought you were going to say that he died in a tragic garage door accident or something like that. Like the chain snapped and just like cut him in half or something.
Cut his head off, Final Destination style.
Oh shit! He was invented too fast. They had to get rid of him.
So I guess, Cooper, what's stopping us then from just on our own, just sort of manually locking you in a garage and kind of just sort of,
I guess, laws
going next.
Well, okay, that's well, I beg it could be argued. Yeah. Well, if it's in your own home, it'd be sort of like a citizen's house arrest. Right?
Officer, his name's on the lease. I don't see a problem here.
Yeah. If you can do a citizen's arrest, you can do a citizen's house arrest. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What are we pulling hairs here? Jeez.
But yeah, people invent like new shit all the time, but it's sort of just like branches of the tree that was initially invented. So it's like little extras, like, oh, he did this trick, but in the midair he like fucking switched his stance or something like that. Or what if you made what is there a skateboard trick for when you go onto a rail and you grind? Mm-hmm.
What if you grind, but the board's upside down?
Dark slide.
Fuck. What if
I
you
thought
do
I was onto something there.
What if you do a manual, but instead you're just sort of like riding
Upside
the
down.
momentum. Yeah, upside down, and you're just riding the momentum of the board sliding across the pavement.
You
They call that
legitimately
one the
can do
automatic.
that. Rodney Mullen invented that. Like
What?
you have to.
What's it
put
He
called?
invented it, Ted.
It's
he invented
the
it.
Casper slide, I think.
Are
It's
you
where-
kidding me?
Yeah, it's where
It's
you
already
like,
been invented.
wax the fuck out of a manual pad or something to the point where it's basically just an oil slick, and then you put one of your feet on top of the board upside down, and then the other foot like under it to keep it in that angle where it looks like a manual, but there's no wheels. And then you slide and
the
then flip
hell?
it back over. Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Some garage
Well,
shit.
Okay, if I were to name a trick, though, I would name it. Sunday church with grandma. That's what I would name my.
What would be the shorthand?
What would be the Sun Church Graham? I don't know. What do you?
You
what do you mean?
Gma? Wait.
Oh, I thought you were just
no.
asking me to abbreviate it. Suchung was probably what it would end up abbreviating to.
Rolls off the tongue.
What's the trick, Ted? What's the trick? What is Sunday church with grandma?
Well,
Because at first
It could be a
at
combination
first listen
of
it
tricks.
sounds
well,
quite nice.
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm talking like you're going up to a rail. You go up. You do what would normally be a grind, except it's upside down. All right. Except you're riding on the skateboard with your knees and your hands are together. You're praying.
Okay.
Sunday church with grandma.
Where's grandma? Where's
She's
grandma?
the board. She's the board.
Oh, that's the board.
You
Yeah,
know-
grandma's the board. Of course, in order for this trick to work, you need to have a board that is named grandma.
Right.
But grandma's so good at grinding, like.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, I thought that would be funny.
It was funny. It was funny. I just wasn't sure how much leeway I had to think it was funny.
There's something similar to that actually exists that people
Are
can
you
do.
kidding me?
But it's
Give
no,
me a
it's,
fucking
it's not
break,
like that.
Cooper.
That one, if you did that, that would be a new trick, Ted.
Really?
If you ollied onto a ledge or a rail and you're doing a 50-50 and you step down to your knees somehow or just jump down and hurt the fuck out of your legs and
Well,
then
what
start
if
praying and then get back up and land it, that's a trick.
You have to say
and
the Hail Mary, though, in full
Yeah.
while you're doing the grind.
Long
Or else
way.
then
Yeah.
it's
maybe if I spread
It's
my knees a
blasphemous.
little bit and then I go a little bit to one side, maybe a 70-30. So is that a thing that exists? 70-30? There's a 50-50, and if we're running it,
is just they refer to
balancing-
the trucks as 5-0.
yeah,
So
but
there's
like
a 5-0 and there's a 50-50. So 5-0 is one truck, 50-50 is two trucks. 70-30 would be like if you had a fourth of a truck on the front or something. I don't even know.
yeah, I guess
the
it wouldn't
only
even count as
reason
a
I'm
skateboard.
I'm even halfway following this conversation is because of Skate 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Schlatt, what would you if you were to invent a trick, a skateboard trick? What would that trick be? And
Oh,
if I hear
it would
anything
be
about
called-
deals in business,
It would be called the Easter Sunday, Ted.
Mm.
you
Or-
can't just take
or-
a Sunday. You can't just
What
add
do you
in,
mean?
like. No, I don't
do you
really
mean
know
I
what I
can't?
mean.
Exactly. That's right. Listen what the Easter Sunday is. All right.
Okay.
So you're on grandma, right?
I feel like this is shockingly similar to what I've been what I pitched very earlier.
You're on grandma, okay?
Grandma, are
You're
we
rolling,
to assume?
you're rolling on grandma. You got 2 feet on her.
Okay,
She's going fast.
she's going fast. She's going strong.
She's on all fours. All right.
Oh yeah, like they
Grandma's
did in
on
the
all
40s.
fours. You
Like they,
The fuck is quarantine done to you, man?
you kick grandma into high gear,
okay,
and she flies several feet into the air.
okay, sure.
And then grandma finds a railing.
Yeah,
Grandma finds a railing.
she probably grabs onto that
And
rail with all her
grandma,
might.
grandma grabs onto the railing with all her might. And also now your knees are on grandma. Now your knees are on grandma, and you pull what I call the 90-10.
I like where your head's at. I like where
You
your
pull
head's
the
at.
90-10,
Sure.
and then you say the entire Nicene Creed while you're going down the rail.
How long of a rail are we talking here?
Oh, you're
As
saying
long as
something else
it depends
Yeah,
how
dude, me
how
too, yeah.
Are
depends
you
how
telling me
good
that
of an
the
orator
rail
you
changes based on how much longer you need in the trick? How much
Well,
longer you have?
I'm saying you better. I mean,
You'd have to
you better
find it
be able
one
to
rail.
talk pretty fast if you
Yeah.
if you're
Okay.
picking a short railing.
Yeah, you'd have to be some Watsky garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cooper.
Anyways, yeah.
Mm.
Then you fly off the rail and
Oh,
mount back
I
onto
didn't know it was
grandma,
done.
and then you're done with the trick. And that's the Easter Sunday.
You almost
That's
said
the,
surprise.
that's the Easter surprise.
Honestly, would have been. I would have liked that too. Easter surprise. Well, what is the surprise though? If we were to say, if under the variation trick, the Easter surprise, what would
the
that
surprise.
entail?
The surprise is that you actually do the trick with your grandmother.
There you go. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have to have a nimble grandma for
Yeah,
that.
you
I
drill
feel like
some
Yeah.
trucks onto grandma.
She'd also need to have some trucks on her, and
yeah, maybe
you know,
you
4 wheels.
replace the board with your grandma.
unless you just
Mhm.
use her little roller.
Well,
Or
a lot of
walker.
grandparents have a lot of metal parts of their body, so I'm sure you could bolt something onto them.
That's true.
It's
The
Some
hard
location.
points. Yeah.
Yeah,
Half
so
of all
like
grandmas are probably magnetic.
maybe 50 in the trucks.
Yeah, or if they're
And
not
then
around
50
anymore, you
in
could
the-
take the plank off the coffin and drill some trucks into it, you know?
Oh,
that's
true.
just,
Actually,
that's just a
if-
step too far, Cooper.
Is it?
well, I mean,
No.
is it really though? I mean, you really sort of have an advantage when sort of they've passed because you have that extra material of actual, balsa
Yeah.
wood, mahogany, perhaps if they're.
Oh, if it was
you're-
balsa wood, that's not
Yeah.
happening. A good mahogany?
Yeah. Okay.
Canada
Fine.
maple?
Mahogany. What?
Well,
God
if
damn
they're,
it,
if
what is
they're
it?
cremated, you just mix it in with some baking soda. You make a little puree, it hardens, and then you put the trucks on there.
Yeah. Put some glue in there.
Like
Make
the
some
fucking
sort of-
knife
Yeah.
channel. Make it a knife
Exactly.
out of grandma.
Kiwami, Japan. It always comes
Yeah.
back to Kiwami, Japan. Some dude in Japan just making knives out of useless crap.
That dude's going to be a headline.
Before
It's
I
just a
move on
matter
to
of time.
before I go into Cooper's trick, I want to hear what Noah's got because
Oh, I got one.
you do.
In
Well,
the
wait.
vein of religion and Easter Sundays and
Okay.
grandmas, right? My trip. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a trip when I tell you my trick.
Okay.
It's called the resurrection, right?
Oh,
Which
It's
is
a very religious theme.
you hit the ground. You look like you took a really bad fall, right? Hold on,
Sure.
I gotta get close for this one. You look like you took a really bad fall. I mean, like
Mm.
this is a situation where like people are already reaching for their phones. They're gonna call an ambulance for you. They think that you just broke your neck, right?
Mm.
yeah.
But no, you did a controlled fall in your backpack, not your backpack, strapped to your back like a camel pack, right? You have, I don't know, dowel rods, something that will make a snapping sound when you hit the ground, right? Everyone's
a
gonna
bunch
think
of
you're
LED
injured,
light
right?
bulb strips.
Yes, perfect.
Some
And
neon
it
lights.
sounds like you
Yeah,
have
that.
shattered yourself, that you are broke and you will never ride a skateboard again.
You
as
just take a
soon
brick
as-
of
as-
ramen and put it in your mouth.
Yes.
kind of sounded like glass though. Is that what bones sound like? Probably the
Glass bones
commentary
and
on the
paper
side.
skin. And then everybody comes around you, and what do? Without missing a beat, you stand back up and you just keep going. That's the resurrection.
Wow.
And it's up to you from there.
That'd be a crowd stopper.
Entirely.
Have
in
you
your
have
hands.
you seen anyone sort of have like a really really shitty fall on skateboard? Like, what's the worst fall you've ever witnessed, Cooper?
The worst fall I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, on
Okay.
skateboard.
So there was this crackhead we called Superman, right? And
This is already a winner. This is already a winner. So there was this crackhead called Superman. Can somebody who's listening to this, someone who's really good at fan art, can somebody make an illustration of just that one line? So there was this crackhead named Superman.
Okay, so
Sorry, continue.
we would come to the skate park because we'd all pay attention to him because we were middle schoolers, right? But
Sure.
everyone else would just walk past him.
Oh, he's like
And-
the big kid who smokes
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, except for he was on crack. But
Of course.
we would let him use our skateboards and say, do that. And then he'd try it. And he had no coordination. He had no idea how to use the skateboard. And he didn't understand the risks involved with the things we told him to try. Well,
Because
I
he's
say
on
we.
crack.
Yeah, because he's on crack. But I'd say we, but I never explicitly told this man to do anything because I knew at some point it would go too far, and it did. And
Wow.
so there was this a set of 7 stairs at the entrance to
All
the
right.
skate park.
Oh, jeez.
And someone told him to ollie it. And so he tried, and like the resurrection, but if you didn't do it right, he hit his back very hard. Very, very hard.
You forgot the resurrection part.
I honestly do not remember what it sounded like because I think I blocked the entirety after the pop of the ollie out of my memory.
Ooh.
But all I know is he left in an ambulance, and that was the last we ever saw of Superman, ever.
That's
and
the opposite of a resurrection.
Yeah, it was the opposite of the resurrection. It was
That's the execution.
a trial test.
It was the burial.
Yes.
I don't think he died because I think people talked about it afterwards, but he
Sure.
definitely wasn't ever standing on a skateboard again.
Yeah,
And we
no,
never
I
saw
mean,
him
I
again.
think, I feel like even on meth, you sort of learn your lesson in that category.
Yeah.
God damn. Wow.
That was the worst one I ever saw because I don't even remember watching it. But I know it
Jeez.
happened.
Powerful.
How old were you when this happened?
How old are you in like 7th grade?
You're 12.
12.
No, 11. No,
11 or
yeah,
12.
probably 11. Yeah.
Whichever age it was in 7th
I
grade.
feel like once I hit middle school, I just consistently thought that I was 13 from like 7th
Same.
grade to like 9th grade, and I forget what my ages were.
That's so true.
Yeah.
What is your dream trick?
Dream trick or trick I want to invent?
Well, yeah, trick you want to invent that clearly has to be your dream trick. I mean, what else?
Well,
I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
I just don't really have a dream trick that exists or a dream trick that doesn't exist. But I was thinking, there's a trick.
We're
called
getting
the
all creative here, and you're
Yeah,
the one who
no,
actually
listen,
does this shit.
Listen.
Yeah,
I have
come on.
something. I have something. There's a grind called the salad grind, and
Oh.
I want to do the egg salad sandwich, where you do a salad grind, but you curl up like an egg halfway through it,
Of course.
and then you land it. That's pretty much it. No
What is the
standing
salad
on
grind?
grandma's. A salad grind's like a 5-0, but it's like off to the side.
So like a 5.
So like a 5. Well, it's called a salad. Or a 5, I guess, if you want to call it that.
All right. Do you think that maybe there would be potential in there that salad grind to potentially do a toss salad grind?
A tossed salad? I assume that's just fucking falling.
I'm
After
talking
trying a salad
like-
grind, you toss your
I'm
salad.
talking like you go into a salad grind. You do, I don't know what a pop shove it is. I just know it's a trick. You do a
Mhm.
pop shove it halfway through, land it, and keep going. Toss salad. Right there,
That
baby.
would actually be a really fucking sick trick.
Really?
Yeah. Because people
Thank
can
you.
do a trick
I
and
sort
then
of-
a shove it and then a trick. Well, you have no idea what you're even saying. But
I
do
know.
in my
I don't.
mind.
I can't even
But
conceptualize what I've just
it'd
painted for
actually
you.
be very cool.
Really? So
Yeah.
can that be next time I see you, can I see that?
No, that's really hard.
Why
But
is
if-
it hard?
If anyone were ever to do a tossed salad, credits to you somewhere on the internet. Fucking
Yeah.
salad
Can
grind,
we-
pop shove it to salad grind.
Yeah. Okay. All of you skater listeners out there, I'm looking for one toss salad, please. That is a salad grind, pop shove it.
Need
salad
video
grind,
proof.
land.
Need video
Need
proof.
video
Yeah.
proof. Tweet
Send
us,
all tossed salads to Ted.
tag us all. Hashtag I tossed I tossed
tossed
grandma's
Ted's
salad.
I
tossed
grandma's salad. Oh fuck! All right, it
Yeah.
ends there, Ted. It ends
All right.
there. That's the line.
Speaking of risks,
Oh, fuck.
what's the biggest
The rest of
risk
the
you guys
podcast
have
is
ever
not legally-
taken?
The biggest risk we've ever taken.
Yeah, within
Um,
comfort level of speaking about.
I can't I don't know what category to pick from. Like physical,
Yeah.
financial,
I don't know.
emotional.
Hmm.
Because I know what my
Yeah.
physical highest risk was.
Yeah, I think the biggest risk for me probably was I think definitely for me at least biggest risk in terms of life choices was to stop doing my school job and start doing like YouTube and focusing on that and sort of sidelining most of my career plans directly out of college. But that's kind of a boring risk.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
a
not
risk
a boring
everyone.
risk.
But I
That's
also feel like it's a risk anyone could take, you know?
I guess, but it's a risk that few people will actually succeed off of. You know, this is a risk that every family member that's the only thing they ever want to talk to you about
Yep.
anymore. Like
That
you're
is
just the
so
YouTube
true.
person now.
Holy
Every
crap.
family get together, Easter Easter Sunday.
Yeah, let's
No,
pop
there's no
out.
skateboard tricks there. You're just talking to grandma about what a YouTube is and
Yeah,
how much money you get per subscriber.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
subscriber
I've
question.
never gotten
yeah.
that question.
That's something that's funny about, I think, doing YouTube stuff, that people who watch people doing YouTube, well, unless we consistently talk about it all the time, will never, I feel like, understand as a whole, is that being a YouTuber is weird in regards to how you talk to your family about it, because of just how distant they are from the concept. Like, I always hear from my dad specifically, this is like the words he'll say, we'll be talking to someone, and then he'll just move the conversation to my job, and he'll say, "Hey, Ronnie, ask him what he does for a job." And then and then the guy will be like, "Okay, what do you do?" And I'm like, I make videos and I upload them to the internet. Like, how dumbed down do you want me to fucking make this story here? But yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah,
It's fucked, but it's a cool risk to be able to talk about, I guess.
Yeah.
Once or twice, and then
and then
gets old.
then you're sick of it. Yeah.
But
You know what?
it is unique.
is an unintended thing that came out of that for me was that one of my parents' friends is like in tune with the drama in the beauty community for some reason.
And so now you become the consultant.
No, and
Sure.
he's also a barber. And so I'll be getting my hair cut and he'll tell me about this new drama in the beauty community. And I'm like, shit, that's crazy. And I learned these things.
What's the latest drama that you've heard about?
Oh, it's a long time ago. I haven't gotten my hair cut in a while because of quarantine and other reasons. But I think the last thing we talked about was this dude who just I forget his name, and I probably wouldn't want to talk about it, but he just keeps feeding trolls over and over. And then got banned off YouTube or some shit, and then kept feeding the trolls again. I don't know.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, but
It's
like,
always good.
it's interesting because he's older but knows what he's talking about, so I can legitimately have a conversation about it without having to explain
YouTube
everything.
beauty drama.
Yeah, it's really weird because then the rest of the people his age are like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
There definitely is.
It's like,
Yeah,
shut
there
up.
definitely is sort of a hill. There's definitely sort of a hill in towards talking about YouTube related stuff with anyone. There's like a bunch of it's like trying to take like a 400 level class, and you've got like 3 years worth of prerequisites that you got to update them on before the conversation can actually start.
Yep.
Oh, geez. But at least we're the cool ones, right, guys? Huh? Ba-boom.
All
That's
the
what
cousins love me, dude.
Bob,
I'm the funny guy, you know? I scream into the microphone.
Yeah. Wait, do they know you from your videos?
Yeah. One of my cousins texted me not too long ago. It was the first text he ever sent me, and he said, "Don't tell anybody, but I found a video with you in it." And I said, "You did?" And this kid's like, he's like 8 or 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And it was one of Carson's. It was a video where we trapped an Enderman in a boat, and I guess he stumbled upon it somehow, and then the cat was out of the bag. Because I like to keep it. I like to keep it separate from my life, at least, like, because of the reasons we talked about. Like, it's all, once everybody in the family knows that this is what you do, it's all any family get-togethers are about.
Yeah, I feel like the sort of the rationalization you also need to like remember though is that I feel as though that there is definitely some sort of elevation that comes to it because of like the uniqueness of the job. But I also think that for any younger person in the family, I think that what you're doing as your job and how your job is going and your progression in life is still probably going to be a topic that your family's going to ask about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
They just won't like understand it off the bat because it's existed for 100 years. Like,
yeah,
you have to give them a rundown. Yeah.
God damn. What have you guys been doing to like make the time pass by during this quarantine? What are you guys
learning Russian?
You've been learning Russian?
I learned the Cyrillic alphabet just for the hell of it. Yeah. Well, I here's the thing. I've played a lot of games that are like Russian themed.
Oh, true.
For whatever reason, it just something about communism is just really intriguing to me. Not alluring, but just intriguing. You know?
No, you're
The
loyal
whole
to capitalism.
culture.
We know that.
Oh, of course. But
Two
I
eBay
took
accounts.
it upon myself, 2 eBay accounts. I've been playing a game called Calm Down Stalin, in which you play as Joseph Stalin, the Man of Steel himself. There's one time where City Skylines was just in Russian, and I tried to read the funny text on screen, and everybody was laughing because of how poorly I pronounced it, and that really upset me.
Is this the bonk situation?
Bonk,
And then
Meebeb, and I
Neebeb?
took it upon myself to actually learn the Cyrillic
So-
alphabet, and now I can pretty decently pronounce Russian words.
So how
And I'm
would you
learning,
pronounce bonk now?
It's Volk, because
What?
B makes a V sound.
Hmm.
O, and then the squiggly thing. I don't know what any of them are called, but I know this generally the sounds they make.
Okay.
Right.
And Neebeb,
Generally.
what is Neebeb?
Meebeb is Medved.
Medved.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not the same alphabet, you know? You have to learn different sounds and shit. And I was on Duolingo for a while, and Duolingo basically is like, here's Russian and here's what it sounds like, and they'll give it to you in like an entire sentence. And I'm like, this isn't very helpful. So
Yeah.
I went on online to see if there was a better program. And
does
I
Duolingo
eventually-
even work? You know, is that
I don't know.
something?
I don't know.
I
I've
feel
never,
like it's
I've never used
wildly.
it to learn anything.
Yeah.
Until because that's like the first thing you think of, I guess. So I decided, hey, if I'm interested in doing this, I might as well give it a shot. And I realized that it doesn't, at least for what I was trying to do, which was actually learn what each individual letter makes first, because I feel like that's the way you typically would go about doing it. Then Duolingo just doesn't really teach it. And so I've been using Memrise, which is another app that just gives
Memrise?
you, Memrise, which is it teaches you all the letters first, and it has a bunch of videos where they went around Russia and had local people like say different phrases and stuff.
Oh,
And,
that's sick.
Hmm.
yeah, it's
that's
really
dope.
cool. It's a good time. And so I've been making some flashcards and
Wow,
pretty
keeping
I'm having a
yourself
good time.
busy.
Yeah, keeping
Yeah, I
myself
feel like
busy.
Duolingo is a successful app purely because it has so many people on the app that have it just because they're like those people that are like, I'm going to learn a language.
Yeah,
But it's like that sort of beginning phase. And then they just sort
Yeah.
of get a certain distance in a language and then they switch to a new one. They're like, maybe German will work better than Mandarin. And then like it doesn't.
and they
And
call
it's gamified,
themselves
too.
a polyglot.
Yeah. And then they start making videos of going to New York City Chinese restaurants, ordering in Chinese and making millions. I've been watching that. Have you seen this channel that I'm talking
I've
about right
seen it.
now?
Yeah, I've seen
I
it.
saw
But
the
those
one-
guys
it's
can
just one
actually
guy.
speak Mandarin.
It's just one guy, and all of his thumbnails have like the reaction face of the person working there. There's a giant, like
Yep.
he blows up their face and stuff. He's fucking awesome, dude. He's really smart. It's a shame that I don't remember what this fucking guy's name is, but he lived in Beijing for a year and he studied Mandarin for like, he studied for like 10 years and he's really freaking good. But the thing is, when I hear that this guy has studied it for 10 years and that's how good he is now, I'm like, 10 years? That's how long? I don't know if I have
Yeah.
enough patience, but I'd love to learn. I'd love to know how to speak Mandarin Chinese. That seems like, I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like if you were to learn that language, then that sort of opens up all the other languages because it's kind of like going on the hardest difficulty, doing one of the hardest
Yeah.
levels first, and then it like
Mhm.
makes it
Yeah.
easier for other shit. But yeah,
That same
The
with
guy's name
Spanish,
is like
too.
Xiaoma NYC or something.
yeah, Jiama.
Just search white guy Chinese, and that's
White guy
you'll see it.
surprises
Yeah.
a restaurant that he can order their
Yeah.
menu. So I assume that you would want to learn Russian, Schlatt, if you
Yeah.
could, if that was
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
your go-to language.
I think the culture is cool, and I enjoy the way it sounds.
What do you think of Putin?
I would prefer not to comment on that, Ted.
Okay, fine. Cooper,
I need
Not
to
about
learn
Putin.
Spanish. Like,
you need to.
like, it would help me so much. And I should have, because I've taken like 4 years of it, but American
Yeah.
school system just
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I
Fucking-
learned. I was
yeah.
trying to learn Spanish for like a decade, and I can only say "Puedo ir al baño."
yeah, I can say
the
like
only thing
5
I know how to do.
phrases. I can understand
Yeah.
when someone's really pissed at me. I can
I
understand
feel like most people could.
well, yeah, I can understand when people are talking about food, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I can't speak any of it. But my sister's like mad at it. Like
Yeah,
super
no. It would be so like I feel like I have the brain for a language, but goddamn do I not have the patience.
good. Yeah,
Holy
I'm the
shit.
opposite.
Yeah.
I do not have
You've
the
got
brain.
but you've got the patience though?
Like I could. I mean, I'm
Cooper's like, I got all the time in the world. I'm just
I
a
got all
dumb
the
fuck.
time.
you
I'm
know?
young.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, I spend a fuckload of time trying to learn skate tricks and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, just
it's-
lock yourself in the garage
Yeah.
and get on
I mean, I
Duolingo,
suppose
you know?
that makes
Seriously.
you bilingual in a way. You're bilingual in skate tricks.
Yeah, I can talk fluent skateboarding. No one has any idea what I'm talking about when I say fucking feeble 50-50, whatever.
Say something like say a full sentence in skateboarding and let's see if I want to hear it.
I did a line where I kickflipped a 10 stair and then backlipped a ledge, kickflip out.
Okay. Is a line sort of just like a,
Like
a
Coke.
combo?
No, yeah, it's a combo. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, when they put the little thing with the plus in between. Except for
Yeah.
you don't have to manual in between, you can just roll.
The only thing I remember from playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater is I played it a lot, and whenever I think of the game, I can only hear that one song "Push the Tempo" over and over
Oh,
again.
really? I have the Goldfinger song stuck in my head.
The like the push the tempo, push the tempo, push the tempo, blah, 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 tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noah,
Yeah.
language.
I took Italian in high school, and I actually had 2 really good Italian teachers, so that
Italian.
went pretty well. And I like to say "Io sono molto scuolabus," which means I'm very school bus.
Aha,
I actually can't speak
vaffanculo.
it.
I am
Italian.
very school bus.
I used to say that to my teacher all the time, and he'd always just be like, he'd go around like we'd all have to say a phrase, and every time be like, "Io sono molto scuolabus," and he'd like really enthusiastically, and he would just be like, "You dumb motherfucker." I knew what I was talking about. It was just
That's
a good
kind
time.
of cool.
And I took German
Italian.
later on too, which was fun.
I know someone else. who
German's
we know
pretty
who took
easy because
German.
it's a lot like English.
Well, yeah, I think that, and one of the things I read about German was, I dated someone for a while who was very, very proficient in German, and it's like, I guess what's good about German is that you can sort of just like attach words to each other. Like you can just pair them up to each other, and then it just
get
makes
into a which
which is a
become
weird
like a compound
concept.
word, yeah.
Yeah, that's like such a weird concept to me, but it also explains why some of the weapons in Call of Duty World at War were so fucking long.
Yeah, exactly.
Uber slanken, slinen, seinten, feinten, kreinten, unterschmeckt. Yeah.
That's true.
I know
Yeah, no,
like
it was
5
a fun
German
time.
words from when I went to Germany.
Yeah.
There's Ausfahrt,
Oh,
Dankeschön.
Mhm.
Stuff
that
like
was
that.
one of the that was one of the
Bitteschön.
things
There you go,
that I was supposed to go to. One of the plans that I had for like my graduation sort of situation that I was going to do with my dad was we really wanted to go on a trip somewhere that we'd both never gone before. So we were planning on going to Germany and like for like Oktoberfest. I don't know if that's really going to work out anymore because it happens in like September or starts in September or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But whatever the
Anything
case.
that has to do with a lot of German people and beer is very fun. When I went to Germany, we went to a like classic German pub to watch the World Cup for soccer, and then they won, and that was
That must have
fucking-
been crazy.
It was awesome. Like everyone's screaming and honking till 5 a.m. And
Did you get laid?
I was 16. But
Go on.
go on. What's the age of consent in Germany?
Did you get laid?
I honestly feel like it's probably. I mean,
No,
this
I was
is a
at
weird
a pub
It's
with
probably
older
something
people, like my
appallingly
dad's
low
age
by
and
American
stuff.
standards.
age of consent, Germany.
I assume it's some weird shit like 16.
It's 14.
14?
bro.
Yeah, that's some
What the
weird
hell's
shit.
wrong with you, Cooper? Come on.
This, according to Google, this makes
which
it
regard? Wait, hold on. Where are you?
This
which
makes it
direction
legal.
are you taking that, Schlatt?
drinking age in Germany.
16.
What's that? I bet it's drinking age Germany.
16, right?
16.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were getting slammed. That's when you were getting slammed. That makes sense. Everything lines up. And you may have gotten laid.
Yeah, if it wasn't a bar full of 48-year-old men,
Mm.
which it would
You
have
went to
been.
the wrong bar.
Never mind. Yeah, no, it's not a good thought.
This is great.
I mean,
I'm having a great
I'm just
time
opening
here,
up all
Ted.
possibilities. All right.
Oh fuck.
Hey, Cooper, there'd be nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
The
apparently.
whole bar, one big orgy. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving it there. Okay. They had
Big
a lot of
fucking
nationalistic pride.
Beer fueled orgy. Soccer beer fueled orgy.
This
Yeah.
Nothing sounds worse than a beer-fueled orgy.
Yeah, no, it
That
doesn't
sounds
sound great.
disgusting. What?
Well,
Like,
because
oh.
when you say beer fueled, that makes it sound like the beer is the lubricant. So that's really my main
well, that's
issue.
no.
with
I
it.
just mean if you're drinking a lot of beer, is that
And
like
the
Yeah, you gotta piss a
hoppiness?
lot.
just
That's
like your
weird.
stomach is just full?
Yeah.
Everybody's burping all the time, dude. Like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Goddamn.
imagine the smell.
Oh god.
Jeez. When you went to Germany, Cooper, was there any sort of, I feel like English is sort of like a pretty international language, but like, was there any issue like in communicating with people? Like, I feel like that.
No. Because my
No?
dad speaks German all right. And
What? Really?
Yeah. Because
That's cool.
my grandparents are like straight out of Germany. But
No shit, really?
the part of Germany that's now Russia because their house got bombed, but
Oh,
like
this
Prussia.
is, yeah.
But yeah, so like all of my relatives, like we had
Did
relatives
they come
over
over?
there.
Did they come over during
Yeah,
World War II?
they did.
Oh, that's fucking pog.
Yeah.
Good,
But,
good thing they got away from that
Yeah, I
World
mean-
War II.
That is so pog that they got away from Hitler. You know?
Wow, they were running
thing
away
they-
from
Their house got
they were
bombed,
running
dude.
away
That's a
from
poggers
Russia.
moment.
because
What?
Pretty weird, champ, when Stalin did all that.
yeah,
you know?
pretty weird champ when they dropped the shell on,
Yeah,
on my great grandparents' home.
That's
All I can say.
what does Keck W mean?
That's like the
That's just
laughing,
laughing.
dude.
Keck W when Germany lost the war to the Allies.
Hitler, Pepega.
That's the thing. There's no dictionary that explains all of this Twitch lingo. It's just sort of word of mouth.
Yeah.
Monka H. Monka Hitler.
Oh man.
What the hell?
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
It's impossible to talk about Germany without going down to these
Yeah.
jokes, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they really fucked themselves by like being fucked up and all that.
Speaking of if you could do anything illegal without getting caught, in the case of Germany, what is something that you guys would do that is illegal without getting caught?
Insider trading.
Like
Insider trading?
Yeah.
illegal in America while you were in Germany, or
No,
Oh, you're not talking
it
about
doesn't
Germany
relate.
anymore.
I'm saying,
You're
said
just
speaking
saying
of, it just
general?
didn't make any sense. Yeah, no, I was just a nonsensical segue.
I've done a few things
So
that are illegal without getting caught.
What are they?
Like what?
A lot of trespassing, and then
Killed a man.
a little bit of vandalism, but it didn't get that far.
Mm.
So far, these are falling in line with what fans have as our sort of stereotypes right now. You've got
Yeah.
Schlatt, who's the businessman, and then you've got skateboarder Cooper.
I trespass. No, you like if you're going to commit a crime and get away with it, Ted, you're going to want to do something that's going to leave you in a great financial situation.
Oh no, I'm not
Yeah.
doing it.
So you don't have to worry.
because
Yeah,
I want
but-
to do the crime. It's for other
No,
reasons.
no.
But
No, but Cooper, do you understand the question though? It's like if you could do anything illegal without getting caught, what would you
something to
do?
make me rich as fuck.
Oh, so you're also going to inside trade with Schlatt?
Yeah,
you're
inside
going to be in his
trading,
firm.
fucking fraud.
I
If
feel
I
like
didn't
that's the
get
best
caught, I
answer,
just
yeah.
want money. Like
Okay.
I feel like that's the only crime that's worthwhile. Like I don't hate anyone enough to kill him.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
think
be
I
a
could.
Noah.
Noah would, but like
No, whoa. I'm a
kidding.
law-abiding
Just kidding.
citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen. What I was saying was, you're not understanding here. You rob a bank, that money's insured. You're not stealing from anybody. You're stealing from the Fed. Who cares?
He's got a point. So
It's a
who would we
victimless crime. It's literally a victimless crime.
Well,
The money's not real. They just printed $6 trillion.
Yeah, but but then you're abiding in inflation.
Yeah, I mean they'll do that anyway.
Yeah,
They don't
I
need
want
my
to
help.
steal gold instead.
Believe me, the government does not need my help to destroy the economy.
Ba-boom. If I were to do something illegal and without getting caught, I would like be the most tasteless sort of cat burglar with like a certain signature that like is just like, why would you do that? I would be like a burglar that steals like very, very valuable paintings, but like I leave like a poop emoji behind or something. like something really tasteless.
Like the person who taped a banana to the wall.
Where it's like when the authorities get there, they're like, we really don't have this. We have too much self-respect to let this guy keep going and doing this, but I keep going and I never get caught. You know? I feel like that'd be a good one.
You just put a Papega down wherever you steal from.
Yeah, I'll put some Franker Z emotes all over the place.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of criminality,
idea.
Cooper.
I didn't think about it like that, like just to fuck with people. Like
Yeah.
I would totally do something just to fuck with people like all the time. Like I saw this
Like
video.
Xerox your ass at the office?
No. Something
That's
like
so minor.
Why did you say no as if it was like completely out of the question?
because
You've
that's-
never thought about Xeroxing your ass?
I've never worked in an
No!
office. And I wouldn't want to Xerox
No
my
one
ass
either?
either.
No, I've never thought about Xeroxing my ass.
I'm gonna call with a couple of schmucks right
I
now.
feel like my coworkers making the same amount as me at a job I probably don't like if it's in an office would be remiss to see my ass. Like I'd want to send that to the CEO of the company. If anything,
they don't know it's your ass. Like, what do they got? Like
so.
Advanced ass identifying technology
No,
at
that's
this
not.
office
That's not what I'm
job?
saying.
Enhance.
I'm saying the victims of the crime.
This is Cooper.
Like,
I know exactly who this is. There's not a shred of
proportions
doubt.
match. No, fucking.
Jeez.
It's like I wouldn't. I don't think it would be that funny to
No other person
pull a
could be
swift
walking
one.
around an office with as dumpy of an ass than Cooper.
Well, then I get
Oh.
caught.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, no, it's true. You've got an unmistakable trunk. Don't look at the camera, Schlatt. Don't you do that. I saw that.
Dude.
We all saw that.
But what I was gonna say
Oh,
is like
geez.
there was this video where some people got a really high powered light and then just shown sucks under the Scientology
Oh,
building.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was funny. Like something like that, but to a much grander extent. Like permanently disfiguring a building with something like that. Like etching it in.
Disfiguring.
Yeah, like something
You're
that would be
making it
really
sound like
hard
it's
to
an
I want to
organic
fuck
being.
that building up, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a person.
yeah, like some shit that people would see for a long time. I
Yeah.
don't know. And it's just like fucking Papega or some shit like that. Like just some dumb shit. But
What's an institution that you hate?
I don't know.
We have all night.
I'm trying to lead you to
Do we have all
the perfect crime.
the perfect
This is
crime.
gonna be the most controversial episode. This is
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean,
what's an institution that you hate?
come on. Like, is there like
Mormon
a skateboard?
church.
Let's
Tell
'cause
us
you're a
about the
skater
magic
guy.
yeah,
undergarments.
Scientology building, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't have
Guess you
anything
could-
against fucking cops who tell you to leave, like skating or something. It's like
I feel like filling a basement of some building that works where people you don't like works at with like pig's blood or something might be kind of a funny meme.
an entire.
It's like somebody goes down to
satanic
storage.
shit.
Oh, it's filled
Seriously.
with pig's blood.
It's filled with
I mean,
pig blood.
There's
I'm so upset.
There's a completely
Pig's
there's
blood.
such
The
got
a
me.
third time this week.
there's a high excess of
keeps
pig's
doing
blood
this?
though. If
Is there?
if you go to any butcher shop, well, in order for you to clear out all of the blood from like a pig or something when you got pork, you
Mhm.
got to hang it up. You ever seen those freezers or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
where they fucking put it on a fucking hook?
Mhm.
Yeah, they have to drain it. So I mean, and I don't know, they probably just pour that shit down the drain or something or somewhere. I don't know where they put
Yeah,
it,
it probably
but
goes into some
know,
vat.
yeah,
Or
they probably
sewer.
got a lot of excess pig's blood. So I'm sure you could go to any major butcher and be like, hey, you know that pig's blood that you have no idea what the fuck to do with? Give it to me. I'll take care of it. Don't ask where it's going. You put it in the basement of like fucking Wells Fargo or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that we give gallons of pig's blood to every day.
Yeah.
He just comes in, you know.
With a tanker truck.
Exactly.
You just fill them up.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is a pretty good business
Ted
idea.
pulls
Here.
up with a cement mixer and goes, "Top me off." And we just,
Have you ever seen that business where you can send like a box of gorilla poop to someone?
Yes.
Oh, there's tons of shit like that, right? Like
Yes, I have.
glitter
What a
bombs.
perfect business idea. What else would they be doing with the poop, you know?
You could send a potato to somebody with a Sharpie message on it. There's a company that is dedicated to doing that.
Wow.
There's a whole lot of ways to fuck with people that are within legal limits, you know?
Yeah. I
Just
wish I was
Sharpie
the
potato.
and that there's pretty much limitless, but as long as you sort of have the like the stamina to follow through with such a ridiculous business idea, I'm sure that there's like infinite possibilities on all those because they're gags, you know?
Yeah.
Schlatt,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of gags, business ideas,
Sure.
you know, what would be a perfect business in your eyes?
Perfect business.
Perfect business.
It's a great question. I ask myself what would be a perfect business, and I mean, when
Like for
think
you,
about
not
it,
necessarily like textbook perfect business, but like
No.
for you.
well, something that people just give money to, with no expectation of anything in return.
That's really, yeah. That's
Maybe
true.
a church.
Mm.
Oh, wait.
Well, Grandma,
this
well-
just turned into a brainstorming session.
yeah, Grandma. Well, I mean, you've got that schmuck who was on TV saying coronavirus is gone. What is he worth? $760 million. You see,
if
the
you
mega
step on my
church.
private jet, there's lasers that get rid of every virus on your body.
No.
We have this
He's got
technology. Come
He's
to my
got three
church.
He's got 3 private jets.
Mm. What if one's down?
Maybe we
What if-
just
And then
start
the
a
other
whole.
one's down.
Do you think
Let's
he
just
just
start a
drives
whole
both?
new
He hangs
branch.
out the window of each.
Let's just start a whole new branch of Protestantism. We'll make fucking millions.
Yeah? You want to start a new religion?
Yeah.
Stop
Let's-
outing my plan.
What's the crux? Your silence speaks volumes.
A tithe.
A time. You're getting dangerously close to Mormonism already.
10%.
Listen, I found this
10%
tablet.
of your salary goes straight into my pockets and we
Is
invest
that-
it.
Is that actually what happens in Mormonism?
It's recommended, yeah. Mormons.
The
it's
10% of your
recommended
salary?
that 10% of a Mormon's
Ugh.
salary goes straight into their investment hedge fund.
Oh yeah,
For the church.
they have
Yeah,
so much.
and they're
money.
managing. They have so much money.
billions, right?
They have over $100 billion
Jesus.
sitting away in investment accounts.
Are you
Someone
kidding
did
me?
it.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone exposed this not too long ago. Some huge write up about
Holy
their
shit.
investment company that's just raking it in, and they're
You know what
saving
that-
it for when they're saving it for when God comes back.
You know what that reminded me of? There's
Because
this
I-
God's
Amazon.
gone, look at all the money we saved, dude.
There's an Amazon show called The Expanse. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
That's well
I
in
think
this
I have,
show.
actually, yeah.
In this show, basically, there's like it's in the future when we're like the humans are in like the outer solar system and stuff. And there's this one plot point where like there's this humongous giant colony ship being built, and it's being built by Mormons. And
Oh.
it's like a religious holy ship that they're going out, and they've got like a planet in mind, and they're like planning on going all the way out there. But it's ridiculous because it's like, oh, of course, like
Leave it
everything
to
else
them.
is unrecognizable, but Mormons are still around. It's like, where is the
The temple, the Mormon temples already look like spaceships, dude. The one in Washington D.C. looks something straight out of a sci-fi film. Like it's really like confusing
Really?
and weird. Yeah,
The ones
It's
I've
kind of
seen
incredible.
Look
look up Mormon temples.
the ones I've
It looks
seen
like some
look
sort of like
uh,
psychedelic art. Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
like Disney castles. The ones I've seen.
I mean, you got to give them some credit. It's pretty impressive that like they didn't really have too much time to get that shit going, that religion going, and they're already they're going pretty strong.
Yeah.
Because I think at a certain point, like if you I feel like the cutoff is like 1950, around 1950, to get a religion really going.
When people
And then
were
after
dumb enough
that-
to join.
Yeah.
And then
the
after
window
that-
closed.
And then after that, it's sort of like you're a cult.
Yeah,
is,
that's
like,
what
the
I was gonna
first-
say. Is you're
Yeah.
gonna have to die after making your religion for it to be an actual religion. Until then, it's a cult.
You need to be
if
a
you
martyr.
start it now, yeah. Because
Or are you just talking about generational
Yeah.
growth?
because it's like
My first thought was that you had to die so that they would like think of you as Jesus.
I mean, that
no.
helps. It certainly helps.
There has to be someone in the past that invented this thing and has this divine,
yeah.
whatever.
So you can't
But
really
you
ask
can't
him
have
questions.
them alive to question them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That like have you either of you guys there's three of you have any of you guys seen the Book of Mormon?
No.
In the show I mean, I don't know too much about Mormon religion, but apparently, the guy who started it found like a golden tablet or
Mhm.
something, but then like as the story goes, like he like buried the golden tablet, like God told him to bury it so no one can ever find it, and
And Davy Jones
Can't have
locked
any
it.
hard proof.
and
Can't have any
no
idea.
one's ever found that golden tablet yet. So, and you'd think that if what would it start in like the 1800s, didn't it? This religion or like
I thought it was.
you said it's not really enough time for like shit to get really below the surface. So I feel like by now they would have found the golden tablet, right?
It's just somewhere in Brooklyn.
1830. It's somewhere in
It's just in a
1830?
dude's basement.
1830.
You're telling me that's been dead ass around
In
for
New
less
York.
than 200 years, less than 200 years.
Yeah.
That's impressive, given that
They scaled
Catholicism. How much time do they have? Fucking 2,000
thousands, yeah.
Thousands.
Well, 2,200 or 2,020 years, I'd assume. I'm just going out on a limb
Something like
here to
that.
assume 2020.
I don't know
After
the facts.
Jesus,
I can't
yeah.
check you.
Yeah, maybe.
No, this is
It's been
I'm doing
2020 years since
Just about.
Oh, I didn't even fucking connect it.
a little big this stupid.
And the Mormon church has more money than they do. I
Really?
guarantee it. Oh yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee
Okay,
it.
well, can you guarantee it?
No, but I guarantee it. Look, I mean, the ideal business is one where people just give money to, right?
Yeah.
And then you just store it and let it grow.
That's such a good point, and I never had really thought about that. But goddamn, that's why you
What
really
are you talking
have
about?
to.
Is finance.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what this is known as. Yes, the
Well, yeah.
business of finance.
Yeah.
Is it? Can you just start a church? And why are mega churches a thing?
Because they
How do
wanted
they
it
get to
bigger.
that? How do you buy a stadium and convince everyone that you're getting just as good of an experience as if you went to a place with like 50 people?
I think it's
It's
gradual.
not a rock concert. Oh, they probably had people. Maddie
Oh no,
used to belong to
those
a
mega
mega church.
churches they're productions, man. They're absolute productions. Like
Yeah.
they have bands and they put on a show.
I
Can
went
you
to
ju-
a
you could
very
probably
large
just
church
go.
in the
You could-
Midwest, and it was very exciting.
Yeah, no, dude, you walk in. You just walk in.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like go to a mega church and see what all the hype's about.
Maybe not now.
Nothing.
If I come out,
not
crazy-
now.
oh yeah,
It's not
probably,
the right time.
probably not now. Yeah, duh, fucking duh. Yeah, let's all cram 6,000 people into one giant fucking stadium and just.
They're still gonna do it, man. They're
Yeah.
gonna do it for Easter
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, oh yeah.
God demands it.
At
That's
some
one of the
point-
things about. That's one of the things about recording a podcast during a global pandemic. It's like, what else? Like, I have an urge
Yeah.
to not talk about it at all because of it's just
Yeah.
so talked about at this point. But it's like,
And-
what else the fuck do we have going on right now?
getting
Really?
strong arm demonetized with no humans to review it because they're all on leave.
Oh, geez, yeah. You know, who knows if anyone will even see this podcast? You know, this might
If
might
you
be
find
lost
this in
for
the
the
time
ages.
capsule, it is
Yeah.
2020.
A lost episode.
We'll
next
find
to
this
the
in.
next to the book that Mormon guy buried.
It's on the tablet.
I think
the
that in the
flash drive.
future, in the year
It's a VCR
2000,
tape. Yeah.
in the year 2250, the whole world will have been demolished, and the world will be covered in cities not too unsimilar to that of Disney's Epcot idea for his city. That's what I imagine. A bunch of
Just big and
circular
glass,
fucking
round,
big glass round.
some sort of alien metal.
Yeah, alien metal.
all
Yeah, we
about
need some of
titanium.
that. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
an
all about
alien
titanium.
metal?
No, but it's the closest thing we have to it.
That's a very
We can't shape it
familiar
yet, but
metal.
when we can, it's gonna pop off.
Wait. You can't shape titanium?
It's very expensive to shape titanium, which is why it isn't used as much. Yeah,
But it's just
because it's
really
so
strong.
it's so strong. Yeah,
Wow.
like the tools wear out so quickly. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you think you can make once they're able to make a tank out of titanium,
Then it's over.
then you got
This we can't talk
Cancer.
about. This is my business idea. We can't talk about this in the podcast.
something
part
hot
has to
enough
be
to
cut
melt
out.
steel or melt fucking. Why am I saying melt steel? Because
Titanium.
that's how old that
That's
saying
how they
is. Like
shape it,
hot
yeah.
enough to melt steel. I think we're just about reaching the end of this podcast.
I still have to
We're
talk
out of-
about something.
Yes,
do?
please.
I'm pretty sure our house got cased. And if you don't know
What?
what cased means, is when someone goes around and looks for vulnerabilities in your residence to rob it.
Oh, Jesus.
But what I'm assuming it actually was a concerned member of the homeowners association, because it was a middle-aged white woman with those big glasses on that they always have in a minivan, who was driving down the street really slowly, stopping, looking out the window, taking a picture with her iPhone, and then driving and then stopping, and then doing the same thing, and then driving and then stopping, and then doing the same thing. And I just stared
You know
at
what
her.
that is? You know
Huh.
what that is? I think that's maybe the landlord had someone come by to do sort of a evaluation of the house, of the property. Because they can.
I'm thinking
I don't
it
know what
might have
that's
been-
called. What is that called, Schlatt?
I
When
have
someone-
no idea.
God, Schlatt, come on.
I would be surprised if it was,
Evaluation?
though. I would be surprised
Schlatt,
if it was,
you're the
though,
guy.
Appraisal
because
Yes, an appraisal.
we've been there for so
with one
long.
iPhone photo.
No, that's something that they do with houses now. Like sometimes they literally just drive by and they're able to fucking appraise the house.
Huh.
Seriously, I'm serious. So that's a possibility. Although I would not be
So I'm
scared of admitting that maybe Cooper, you
gonna
need
get
to have
robbed?
a crowbar.
I'm hoping the
a
outward
gun?
appearance like pretends to reflect the inward appearance, because the house is so shit, and they just drive by and say, "Oh, there's some losers living here that don't own anything,"
Yeah, there's nothing
and then they
good
move
here.
on. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, but I'm still extra careful.
Your
And-
house is definitely weird.
It's
It's a weird
it's
house.
repulsive.
Yeah.
but
Well, it's not repulsive. It's a perfectly
You'd think
fine
that if
place
you
to
lived in it.
live.
You'd think that if you lived
yeah,
in it.
it once you settle in, it grades on you, I guess. I think that's why we all have such a distaste for it. Because
So you
the
guys
first
also
thing I
haven't
noticed-
decorated the house at all.
Yeah, it's not decorated. There's like
can't.
cables running. You can't decorate the house.
because
You
there
can't-
are,
I mean you
there are
can't
places
decorate
in the
it.
wall where nails will not go in. You could take
Yeah.
a jackhammer to the wall and a nail would not go in. And then other parts of the walls, the only
Command
other parts
strips.
of the walls are so soft that a nail goes in and falls right back out. And you can't stick anything to the walls that's like 5 layers
It
of
sounds
duct
like
tape.
your house is made out of titanium and jello simultaneously. This
Yeah.
is an
Yes,
incredibly
that's a
That-
really good way to put it.
That would
honestly.
make sense from what we've experienced. And so shortly after trying to decorate and make the house look nice and realizing that it's not possible, we just sort of left it alone.
This sounds like
decorate my room,
worse.
though.
This sounds worse than a college town house. Because the thing
probably
is, like,
is.
the thing is about like my place is a college town house is that like even behind me you can see this is an off-campus residence, but it's got the fucking white bricks.
Yeah.
So some of these places are built like bunkers. So it's like there's really not many issues I've run into
I
in
think
this place.
the biggest problem is our house was built in the 80s, and the only things that were changed from the 80s were the appliances. So that just
Yeah.
innately causes problems.
You got cocaine in the walls,
Hopefully. That makes them get the
dead
security
hookers in
deposit
the
back.
sewers.
Yeah.
You think it's time to?
In our garage,
No,
there
it
was
just-
a dirty used toothbrush on the ground when we moved in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to have a garage toothbrush. You know, if you forget
Yeah.
in the bathroom and you get all the way to your car, but you don't have the energy to go back upstairs, you know,
Just throw it on the ground.
Boost your
and
immune
you leave it
system.
for the next tenant.
do what you got to do. Yeah.
Yep.
It's important.
All right. Well, does anyone
Sorry
else
about the house, Cooper.
yeah. Does anyone
Sorry.
else have
That's
anything
all,
to say
folks.
before we sign off?
I'm
No?
good.
Fuck
All
that
right, well-
house.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for the Lunch Club podcast. I'm Ted. This has been Mr. Schlatt, Mr. Cooper, and Mr. Noah. I thought he was going to say something there. Tune in next time for another great podcast, and don't get coronavirus. See you around.
Bye-bye.
Bye.